on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Choma Innocent, and here are the top stories. New terrorist group emerges in the north. Macban urges President Tinubu to issue presidential order to protect herdsmen. Senator Natasha demands security reinstatement following attack on family residents, and Hamas formally reject Israeli ceasefire offer. Details now. Thank you for staying tuned. The World News at 12 begins on the foreign scene, where Hamas has formally rejected Israel's latest ceasefire offer, saying it is prepared to immediately negotiate a deal that would see the release of all remaining hostages in return for an end to the war and the release of Palestinian prisoners. In a video statement, Hamas's chief negotiator, Khalil al-Hayya, said they will not accept partial deals that serve Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's political agenda. 59 hostages remain in captivity and 24 are thought to be alive. Israel's latest offer involved a 45-day ceasefire in return for the release of 10 hostages. Hamas has previously said it would contemplate an overall deal to end the war, but the two sides are nowhere near any kind of agreement that would bring that about. Israel's stated aim is the complete disarmament and destruction of Hamas. Meanwhile, thousands of Gazans are dying each day in airstrikes with no humanitarian aid entering the strip at all. Back home in Nigeria, a new militant group known as Mahmuda has reportedly taken control of rural communities in north-central Nigeria, terrorizing residents around the Kainji Lake National Park, KLNP, which spans parts of Kwara and Niger states. Sources told journalists that the group now operates freely in communities within Kayama local government area, as well as in villages in Yashikira district, Baruten local government area of Kwara state. In Niger state, their presence has been felt in Babana and Wawa districts in Borgu local government area. On Wednesday, the militants reportedly attacked a vigilante group in Kimanji, killing over 15 members and villagers. The emergence of Mahmuda adds to Nigeria's growing list of non-state armed groups occupying ungoverned spaces. Locals say the group has exploited the unprotected expanse of Kainji Lake National Park, previously a haven for loggers, fishermen and hunters. After early clashes with loggers and vigilantes, the militants allegedly reached an agreement with the loggers, who now harvest forest resources in exchange for safe passages and levies, one of several revenue streams sustaining the group. Residents say the Mahmuda group first emerged visibly over 5 years ago after the stormed KLNP and displaced rangers. In a recent development, the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, has appealed for a presidential directive to security agencies to ensure effective security for pastoralist communities nationwide. MACBAN's National Secretary General Bello Gotomo made the appeal in a statement today. He also called on the federal government to end all forms of alleged discriminatory practice against pastoralists in the country. He restated the need for the National Security Advisor to implement concrete measures to address the alleged ethnic profiling, stigmatization, and scapegoating of pastoralists. He decried the alleged unlawful arrest, inhuman treatment, and profiling of some herdsmen at Obere Market in Kaba local government area. Armed herdsmen have been accused of perpetrating violence and kidnapping, including the destruction of farmlands in Ondo and other states. Meanwhile, 5 days ago, the coalition of Fulani registered organization gave conditions for peace to reign in the Plateau State following the invasion of villages in the Bakas local government area. Let's take a listen to them.
We demand the immediate removal of Commander Sector 5 Operation Safe Haven Bokos Colonel Dauda Majem for bias, unprofessional military conduct, inciting violence, inciting religious intolerance and bigotry, incompetence and violation of military ethics and constitutional provisions. We are demanding for the disbandment of the notorious and anti-Fulani squad, the state security outfit codenamed Operation Rainbow, arrest and prosecute her operatives involved in killing, maiming, arresting and displacing Fulani communities in Bokos local.
Meanwhile, suspended Senator representing Kogi Central, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, has appealed to the Inspector General of Police to urgently reinstate her security details following an attack on her family residence in Okehi local government area of Kogi State. She made the plea in a statement issued by her media team entitled "Gunmen Attack Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's Family House." The lawmaker alleged that the assault was a targeted attempt on her life, which was thwarted by operatives of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) and members of the local community. Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan said the attackers appeared to have acted on mistaken information that she was in the community at the time. In the statement, the senator's team also called on the public to remain vigilant and support her efforts to seek justice. Meanwhile, the Kogi State Police Command has confirmed the incident. Commissioner of Police Mila Dantwaye told reporters in Lokoja that gunmen attacked the senator's family home in Obeiba community. An investigation into the incident is underway. The presidency has said that President Bola Tinubu continues to direct the affairs of state from Europe despite being outside the country for nearly 2 weeks. It also said the president will return on Monday, April 21, after the Easter holidays. In a statement signed on Thursday by President Tinubu's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, he explained that the president, who traveled from Paris to London at the weekend, remains fully engaged in Nigeria's governance and is in constant communication with key government officials. Ononuga added that the president had given directives to security chiefs to address emerging threats in some parts of the country. He is expected back in Abuja after the Easter holidays, which end on Monday, April 21. Meanwhile, the police force Ondo State Command has dismissed as false a report claiming that a vehicle in the convoy of First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu was responsible for the death of a 9-year-old girl in Akure on Thursday. The First Lady was in Ondo State to launch the Renewed Hope Initiative Health Program and to distribute 10,000 professional kits comprising crooks and scrubs to midwives in the Southwest Zone. In a statement, the command spokesperson, DSP Olufumilayo Odunlami Omisanya, clarified that the claim published by an online reporter was entirely baseless and misleading. According to the command spokesperson, a witness who observed the hit and run incident pursued the fleeing vehicle on a motorcycle immediately after the crash, which occurred in the Obaile area of Akure. The witness accounts were corroborated by several individuals at the scene as well as the victim's parents. The Commissioner of Police Ondo State Command was said to have personally visited the grieving family and assured them of a full and transparent investigation into the incident. You're currently listening to the World News at 12 right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. We'll take a short break and return with the news analysis segment. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. You're still listening to the World News at 12 right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. We're now heading to the news analysis segment. I have Mr. Lawal Ekundayo, political, social and national affairs analyst, joining me via the telephone. Good afternoon, Mr. Ekundayo. How are you doing today?
Good afternoon. I'm fine.
Happy Good Friday to you.
Wish you same. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Ekundayo, it's unfortunate that we're about to talk about the same thing we've been talking about all week. Insecurity, and this time around it is what some have classified as a very scary report that a new terrorist group has emerged in the north, and these ones call themselves the Mahmuda. Now they have reportedly taken over certain parts of the Kainji Lake National Park, KLNP, which spans part of Kwara and Niger State, displacing citizens, actually killing over 15 members and villagers on Wednesday, according to people who live in that area. They're also saying that levies have been imposed on them. Farmers are allocated land by these terrorists in exchange for levies. Locals are forced to work on militant-owned farms. Kidnapping for ransoms are rampant. That these terrorists regulate roadblocks, alcohol sales, smoking, and even local dispute. That is, they solve quarrel between people. Herbalists are threatened if suspected of aiding vigilantes, and there are also reports of illegal mining activities linked to the group. It is quite unfortunate that Nigeria seems to be a hotbed, a place where insecurity and the terrorist groups are thriving because they see that it seems that nothing is being done to curb them.
Okay, you want me to respond now?
Yes, please.
Yeah, you see, this thing that is happening, you get it. That's why everybody have been fingering the government that if the government is not, is not aware of all these things, it's not abating it. How come that these things are so established? Every now and then you are hearing the new group. There are so many other groups that have not come into the limelight. They are all operating, and then with impunity, with confidence, displaying villagers, kidnapping, terrorizing, destroying, attacking secure military posts. And then we begin to wonder, when we have the president, we have the governors, the president, the money is being voted every now and then, and this thing seems not to stop. It keeps aggravating. Today you hear that the police went to attack some areas. Tomorrow you still hear that these people are still there. And then we begin to wonder, is the police, the military, are they actually telling us what they are doing? Or maybe they are telling us something that is different. Maybe they are telling us what we want to hear. Because if truly the military are winning war against this military militants and these
terrorists, yes,
terrorists, if they are really winning war, why is it that it keeps coming up? Why is it that they keep aggravating? Why is it that they keep, their numbers keep increasing? To let you know that this is like they are telling us something that is different from what is happening. That's that's the reality. Because look at America. You remember when the World Trade Center was bombed? Do you remember?
9/11.
Yes, that 9/11. That was terrorists in American soil. But do you hear about terrorists again in that place? That's a country, because they took a decisive action, and then we don't hear anything again. It happened in Russia. It happened in UK. It happened in many European countries. And then now we don't hear anything that has to do with terrorism again. Why is it different from Nigeria? I think we something that is happening to us has not happened to others before. It has happened to them, and they are able to survive it. But here, you hear the military is they are winning war against terrorism. Tomorrow, you see that terrorism keep increasing, and then you begin to wonder: are they telling us what exactly is the reality, or they are telling us a story that we want to hear? Because now we keep hearing new ones coming up, villagers being killed, displayed. Every now and then, in a week, you hear stories, gruesome stories about all these things happening, and then we begin to wonder: are they telling us the truth? And then we have the president, and the president is not in Nigeria. The president is in France. He's ruling from France, according to what his ages are telling us. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? This country belongs to all of us. If they look at the assembly, look at the National Assembly, look at our reps, as if they are not in Nigeria. Anytime they want to go out, they go out of the country for their holidays. How many of them are going back to their villages, where their hometowns, where they came from, and experience what exactly is going there? How many of them have actually traveled to their hometowns to see what is going on? For example, in Plateau, that we have all these killings. Don't they have reps there? Don't they have government? Don't they have reps? Why are their senators not going to that village and see what is happening? Why are their National Assembly members not going there to see what is happening? Where are they? And they collect security votes. They collect what do they another these are other monies that they collect to develop their area, and then this thing keep coming. Then the question is, the money they are collecting on behalf of their people that they want to spend this money for them, where are they spending the money? Is it the same villages that have been, displaced by these terrorists? So a lot of something is going on in this country.
It really is a lot of questions, Mr. Ekundayo, and you are correct that something is going on in this country that we seem not to really know what is happening. Because when we have so many terrorist organizations springing up, and most of these people are from, covering a particular region, displacing people, collecting levels. Is there an agenda to take over this country and turn it into the next Afghanistan? Because we need to start asking more questions. It's not just who are the sponsors. We need to look at what is the agenda of these people, from the north to the south to the eastern part of the country, even into the southwest. Yesterday, we talked about the fact that some Boko Haram suspects have been arrested in Lagos, according to the Civilian Joint Task Force, even though the police came out to debunk that. But there is an incursion into several different areas of the country. Do we sleep and wake up one day and we find ourselves in a situation whereby every Nigerian is now at the mercy of terrorist organizations? Now, while we're talking about this, right, you know that Fulani herdsmen have been blamed for attacks in various areas around the country, in Benue State, in Plateau State. In fact, there are videos circulating online right now where communities in Benue State are being taken over by young men wielding AK-47 brazenly on the streets of the communities in broad daylight. This is not nighttime attacks, because it's almost as if they feel, who will do anything to us, right? The Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, has come out to say that they want President Tinubu to issue a presidential order to protect herdsmen. That herdsmen are being profiled, they are being stigmatized, they are being scapegoated, they are being killed, and that they are innocent. They are just pastoralists who want their cows to eat. You know, they are not exactly hurting anybody. Recently, the mayor of Accra in Ghana came out to say if they see cows in the city center, they will kill the cows and feed the meat to the prisoners. But in Nigeria, we seem to be cuddling them.
Now, the thing is this. There are two types of terrorists in Nigeria. We have the Fulani herdsmen that are terrorists on their own, and then we have the other terrorists. The Fulani terrorists are those ones terrorizing the villagers and sacking them from their villages. You have seen videos in which they take their cattle into people's farms and destroy the farms. Are you telling me that is not terrorism? Is that not terrorism? Are you understand what I'm saying? You have people who have villagers who have farmed their lands, and then you see some cattle headers, you know, bringing their cattle into the farm and destroying the farm, feeding it to their cattle. Is that not terrorism? You get? Is that not terrorism? That's terrorism now. That's Fulani herdsmen terrorism on its own. And then we have the ones that are organized, that are not Fulani herders. Those ones are their own. Those ones are what we are calling the ISWAP, the new one you said. So we have two types.
Boko Haram, Lakurawa, all of them.
Hello?
Yes, I'm with you, Mr. Aikundayo.
Yes, and they are already, you have said, they are already taking over the country. That is what is going on. They are already taking over, because for them to sack a village or sack some people in their villages and take over that village, is that village not part of Nigeria? That village is part of Nigeria now, and they are taking over. That means they are taking over the country gradually. Because when they do that in Plateau, they do it in Benue, they do it in Niger State, they do it in Edo State, they do it in in the East, they came to Oyo State, they do it. Are they not already taking over? They already implanted themselves all over the country. So they are already taking over the country. That is what is happening. That is why every day, once at least, within a week, you are going to hear about 2 or 3 these people entering villages and sacking the people in that village or killing the people in the village. Where you have 1,000 people in the village, and this week they kill 10, 20. Next month they kill another 20. Next coming month they kill another. By the end of this year or next year, they will have finished everybody in that village. Now, is that not true? And then there will nobody to resist them, and then they will take over the village. That is what exactly is going on. Because now, like I said earlier on, we are not new. We are not the only country that have faced cases like this. But our own seems to be different, because our leaders, you get it, I don't understand what exactly they are doing. I don't understand. Okay, look, let me give you an example. Look at Yemen in Middle East and the Houthis. See the way the Houthis took over part of the Yemen and established themselves. The same thing we are experiencing in Nigeria. Gradually, these people will merge. By the time they have pockets of them all over the place, strategic points in all the corners of the country, they will now merge, take over, and become one. That is what this thing is going. What I suspect it is going. Because now the military will tell us they are winning war against terrorists. And then the next thing we are hearing, people who are experiencing it, people who are in the village, you get it, giving information that These people are all over their villages, all over their land. They are killing them. They are sacking them. They send video on YouTube. They send video on social media for people to see the reality. Then where is the reality of the military that are saying that they are winning war against it is insurgent?
Yes, just as you can see videos of these attacks, let's also see the videos of the military winning the war when they come to tell us that they are winning.
No, don't just come to us and tell us by the word of mouth. Tell us what you have done. Show it in video. If America did a bombing now, if they attack, terrorists or wherever they are, you see that they will show the video. Everybody will see the video all over the world. They will show the video. If it's anybody, you see, they will show you the video. Everybody will see.
Mr. Akundayo, do you agree that there should be a presidential order to protect herdsmen? Is it the herdsmen that need to be protected from Nigerians, or Nigerians that need to be protected from them?
I don't even understand what they keep saying. It shows that something is going on in this country that is different from what Nigerians are expecting. You get, that is what I see. Something is really, really good because we have videos on social media. We have videos even on TV where they show it on news where these Fulani are terrorizing villagers. We saw it where they will go to their farms, destroy their farms, and then take, feed the farms to their cattle. That's terrorism now. And the same people who are doing that are they are demanding protection from the government.
Mr. Akundayo, while we're talking about this, right, about 5 days ago, there was a video that emerged where a Fulani coalition organization came out to do what more or less seems like claiming responsibility for the Plateau attacks, for the genocide happening in Plateau State, where they came out to issue conditions saying if these conditions are met, there will be peace in Plateau State. But if these conditions are not met, then there will be no peace and this bloodshed will continue. They demanded that they wanted the security architecture, some vigilantes and some commanders actually should be sacked, saying that they are perpetrating violence against the Fulani people in Bokos local government area of Plateau State. But here is the thing, are there Fulanis who are indigenous to Plateau State, or are these the ones who actually came to take over and now asking for protection against the people that have become victims of their own attacks?
The last President Muhammadu Buhari said, go and give them land. When there was a clash between herdsmen and farmers, he said they should go and give them land. Is that the solution? Now, that's the same thing we are experiencing. That's the same thing. They will come to your land. You get it? Those Fulani should come and tell us where their state of origin is. They should tell us where their family, their descendants actually established in this country. In this country, they don't have any place. They don't have, because if they have, they will have their own place where they come from. For example, anyone that comes from Plateau will know this is my locality in Plateau. If you go to Plateau, this is my family. My family has been there for 300 years, has been there for 200 years. How many of them can point out to a particular place in Nigeria where they originate from? That means they came from outside into this country and they want to take over land. That is exactly what is going on. That's exactly what is going on. Because like me now, if you ask me where I come from, even I'm in Lagos, I will tell you my state of origin. I will tell you my family, the origin of my family. I will tell you so many things and about my ancestor in that area and where they migrate from. How many of those Fulani herdsmen can pinpoint where they come from? They should come and tell us where they come from now to let you know whether they are actually Nigerians or not. But because there's something going on in this country that Nigerians are not waking up to collectively, we are just having pockets of people waking up to it. That's the problem. Now, the whole Nigerians are not waking up to what exactly is going on. That is why you see all these things. After you have a governor in Plateau and something like this is going on, and you have security votes,
the governor has been raising alarm. The governor has been raising alarm. He's saying that this is a genocide.
See, everybody can raise alarm. Let's face it. Anybody can raise alarm. But the point is this: you collect money. You have security votes. You get it? You collect security votes. You make money from these same people, and then you are talking. Is it talking or action? You can get it. There are two things to security. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
There are two things to security. There is the information type of security, and then there's the harm type of security. The information type of security are the people that will give, if first they know what is happening before it gets to them. For example, where those people are massing up those terrorists before they move, they are massing somewhere now. Now, there are people that are supposed to give the information so that the people that they are coming to attack will be aware, or the government will take action. Is the governor doing that? So let him come out and tell us what he has been doing with the security vote. It's not, they are not talking about all this, and you will come out and say, this and that. We don't need word. We need action. We need action. You get it? If you really represent your people, then you take action.
Mr. Akundayo.
If you look at, okay, are you with me?
I'm with you.
Good. Let me ask you a question. Those governors, have you seen their convoy before? Have you seen their convoy? Have you seen their entourage? You see the type of vehicles, the type of weapons that those people who their entourage carry. So where are those? If you can provide security for yourself, why can't you provide security for your people? Why don't you abandon the security from your own and begin to talk? They have security for their wives, they have security for their children, they have security for themselves, and the people don't have security. The only thing they do is to come out and talk. Now the question is they should tell us what efforts have they been able to take? Tell your people what effort as a governor. Even though you don't control the police, you don't control the military, but you control resources, you control money.
Mr. Akundayo, while we're talking about all of these, that 390 ex-Boko Haram members have graduated from the radicalization program in Gombe State, and they are ready to be reintegrated into the society. We had the same report from Yobe State last week. We are talking about rehabilitating terrorists and returning them into their normal, into the civilian, where the civilians are, the people who they have terrorized, right? Now, some people believe that the solution to this is regionalization of the country. Let every region govern themselves and control their resources. Do you agree?
Exactly. I agree now. Even if you are not going to regionalization, let each state control its resources. I've been saying this over and over again. I even say it on TV. For us to stop all this nonsense about terrorism, let each region control its resources. Because many governors are using this insurgents and terrorism as an excuse to embezzle funds in their state. They use it as an excuse. Because when things like this happen, you say you spend money on this, you spend money on that. Before you know it, you are not going to spend money on that. And it's easy to pocket the money. But now, if each one is controlling its resources, then tell me, if everybody leave your state because of terrorism, where will you get money? Even terrorists will have no money to collect from anybody. They have nobody now because the whole place, they depend on collecting money from people to survive. They levy the villagers. Now, if you don't have anybody in the village, who are you going to levy? They will suffer. But now, free money will come from the federal. They know that even if nobody is in that state, the money will still come from federal and they will share it. You understand? But if we control, there's resource control, there's no money to share now. You yourself will tell the terrorists, whether if you are the one that brought them, that you no money, even your people will fight you because they'll be looking forward to you to pay their salary, and you cannot pay salary, and they will fight you. But the free money that is always coming from above is enough for them to allow any other thing to happen in the state, and then the state is disorganized, you pocket the money. Now, concerning the issue of releasing terrorists, giving them repentant terrorists, rehabilitating them. I don't know where they got the idea from. I don't know who sat down and gave them that idea that the idea will work. I don't know. Because I sometimes I begin to wonder, these people who are ruling us, where did they come from? I don't understand. Where did they come from? So if you can do that to terrorists who have killed people, why not release people in the prison now? Why not give them amnesty and release? What do you call it? Tell them, go to prison and ask them whether they have repented. They will tell you they have repented. You release all of them, give them money. Why do you keep some people in prison and you are releasing some people? That's unfair. That's all, because people who are in prison, they committed offenses. That's why they are in prison. These same people who call terrorists committed offenses, great offenses. And then you are telling us you rehabilitated them, they are repentant. And that is unjust. So there's injustice, even perpetrated by the government itself, that we expect to maintain justice in the country. Because when you release some criminals and you rehabilitate them, why not release other criminals? Of what criteria do you reach in releasing these criminals? So, and when you release them back, they will perpetrate that. It's easy for them to do it again because they know that eventually they will still be released again if they are caught. You get? So that is what is happening. There's a lot of things that is happening in this country that Nigerians should wake up to and begin to demand answers from our leaders.
Well, a lot of people have been talking, and unfortunately, the president has been out of the country for over 2 weeks.
It's like I will attribute them to somebody who you give a vehicle to fix. You pay the person to fix your vehicle. The vehicle is in his garage and it's not there, and it's working on the vehicle remotely. If you get there, you didn't see him, and they tell you he's working remotely on the vehicle, what are you going to tell them? That is exactly what is happening in Nigeria now. The president is in France. The France he is there no president there? Is the president somewhere in Nigeria, remotely controlling France? Is Macron not in France? I'm saying the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, is he in Nigeria, ruling France from Nigeria? Is he monitoring what is going on from France, from Nigeria here? Why is our own in France? You get it? Saying it's he's not even speaking. It's his agent that who knows what is happening. Do you remember the case of Yaradua?
Hello, Mr. Akundayo. I can hear you. Please go ahead. Let's round up. Our time is fast spent.
Okay. I said, do you remember the case of Yaradua? Before we knew the man was already dead, it took a long time. So, how can a president not be in his country and is working remotely? What's the difference between working remotely and working in his office? Is there a reason why you are in that place working remotely?
It's quite unfortunate, Mr. Akundayo, but we'll continue to call on the president, call on the presidency, call on the federal government to do the right thing by Nigerians. Our time is fast spent, Mr. Akundayo. Sorry to cut you short.
Sorry, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Who is in charge of the country at this moment? Who is in charge? This is a question. Who is in charge? Because the vice is in Nigeria, and we don't know whether he's in charge. The president didn't hand over to him. He didn't see anything. You get it? So who is in charge of the country at this moment? So the president is ruling from France. So anytime we want to take matter, we want to discuss anything, we have to take it to France. How do we do it? We fax it to him, or we will scan it to him. I mean, it doesn't make sense now. This is his office. This is where he's employed as a president. So what's he doing in France? 2 weeks up now. I mean,
thank you so much, Mr. Akundayo. Thank you so much, Mr. Lawal Akundayo, for joining me on the World News at 12 this afternoon. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Do have an amazing day. Enjoy your Easter celebration. Mr. Akundayo, can you hear me? All right, then. You have been listening to the World News at 12 right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Just before we wrap up, let's take a look at the top stories again. You heard that a new terrorist group has emerged in the north. MacBan urges President Tinubu to issue presidential order to protect headsmen. Senator Natasha demands security reinstatement following attack on family residents, and Hamas formally rejects Israeli ceasefire offer. That is the wrap on the World News at 12. My name is Chioma Innocent. Good afternoon, and thank you for listening.